Welcome back again to Talk Football Live. It's another week, game week 25. And I'm sure you guys tuning in. You're like, wow, these guys have so much people on. That's because the league keeps on giving us good games. This weekend, we've got City going up to Anfield. Dogo and Shexter representing. Thank you for joining us again. And Spurs face off against Manchester United. Welcome back, DG
Revenge.
and Ruben. By the way, I just want to say thank you, Ruben, for everything you've done over the past week. Much appreciated as an Arsenal fan. We're looking good. You get that separation. City wanted to run into the lead, but you guys are helping London. It's all about helping your brothers in this time.
Don't worry, we'll be helping City out at the end of the month
Okay.
with that game against Arsenal.
Hey, touche.
This is not okay. Let's just get into it. All right. First game this weekend actually is on Friday. We have Leeds against Forest, but Spurs travel up to Manchester to face up against United at Old Trafford. As we've seen, Michael Carrick is in charge up there now. He's unbeaten. In fact, not just unbeaten, he's won three of three. Spurs seem to be doing okay after Solanke came back. He had that scorpion kick against City and kicked City in the guts. I loved it. But is he gonna be able to replicate the same thing against United this weekend? That's what we're here to find out. Digi, it's been a while since we had you on here. Tell us how you're feeling. You're making a lot of noise about Carrick, Bruno Cunha, Dogo in the chat.
Oh,
Tell us
you took it
this
out of my
weekend.
mouth, bro. I was about to say the other Kuya, Bruno, Kuya. No. Yeah, sincerely, it's been a nice feeling. It's
Yeah.
actually been a long time that as United fans, we actually um had good game and having back-to-back winnings. And the good thing about it is that we are playing so well, winning those games. So is a great one. Is a In fact, we are so excited. I'm like even seeing Tottenham. Thinking about the match, I'm like, oh, it's Thomas Frank. Oh, Brentford is like a nightmare. But what we have right now is something to believe in,
Hmm.
and there's excitement about it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So expect like probably Kunya, Bruno, Ahmad.
Hmm. Ah, I love it. You guys are feeling on top
the
of
other,
what?
the other, the other is still having PTSD from that, bro.
I mean, it's whatever. I won't say anything now. I'm keeping my whatever comment I have for Man United, I'll keep it because
Ruben,
it's United. They will
What's up?
even. Okay.
I'm
you
good.
held your own against City at the weekend. This is a different test coming up against Michael Carrick's United, who apparently don't lose. They don't even drop points anymore these days. How are you feeling?
They are dancing. They are
Hey,
dancing nowadays.
Their fans are so excited.
Kunya is dancing everywhere.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident about. I feel like this momentum that we got going on right now, because if we've been bad at home, but we've been better away. So
That's what
us
I want
coming
to say.
back on the 2-0 gives us the confidence to go into. And I used to make this joke a lot more because it used to happen a lot more, but the having Maguire always on the opposite end always will help out any other team because he's always scoring own goals. He hasn't been doing that lately, but still, so it's hard to make that joke when he hasn't been doing that lately. But still, I feel like Solanke's gonna have another decent game. He may not score, he may not score, but there's gonna be focus on him that may allow other ones to shine in the game.
Hmm.
I'm not
So
scared.
what's that?
I said we're not scared.
Okay. Okay, I want to dive a little bit more into resurgence under Michael Carrick. What is it that is different about this team at the moment? I mean, people have said, "Oh, it's he's just playing a formation that fits the players," but I think it might go a little bit deeper than that, right? It's this same players. We haven't seen Manu play barely this season, and all of a sudden he's showing his true form. Like when we see him, in this same team, he's looked like maybe he's lost it. But what is it that Carrick is doing? I know you guys mentioned in the group chat that you saw the training and you're excited. What is Carrick doing differently? Help us understand it.
Okay. One of the thing about football that help players' performance is environment. And if you listen to this guy's recent interview, what was his name? Lisandro Martinez. He was practically praising Carrick. The environment has encouraged the players. And one of the things that I love about Carrick is the fact that he's doing something that is basic. If I'm to, I do tell people, I might see a team, I might watch a team, and that team might lose the first game, lose the second game, lose the third game. And I will tell you something about that team that watch out. By the time they start winning, there will be results because there's a foundation. Okay. And take it or leave it, we might decide to ban or anything. You remember I was talking about that Liverpool can't win the league because of their defense. And that was the time they were winning five, they won the first 5 games. Why? Because you can't continue to win games at the die minute with an extra goal all the time. Okay, you need to win some games convincingly. You need to win some. Okay, for example, now I could make the same case for United, saying United won Arsenal by 1 goal by scoring towards the end of the game. Same thing happened with Fulham. Now, what I would take from that kind of data is that they didn't play against easy teams. They've been playing against Man City, Arsenal, and this. So one thing I will take from it is that these guys are finding a good mentality to still hold on to the game and finish the game well. Okay.
Mm,
Now, if they go into Tottenham and they win 2-1, or it ends with that same 3-2, I'll still excuse that. However, if you continue to play in that motion, maybe the fourth game, 2-1, it was close, there'll be a time the luck will be against you and you'll not be able to finish it well. So what
mm,
Carrick has really done with this team is that um he has brought them back to the base. Play simple football, play the normal thing, be available for each other, which is one of the things that you remember we were talking about Pep Barcelona then, that's one of the best team, the Messi. If you notice, if any player is holding the ball, that player has like 3 to 4 players as an option. So you could see them just turn around and split you. Before you know it, they are gone. Now, they are not at that level, don't get me wrong. However, Carrick is doing the basic thing, putting defenders there, encouraging the guys. You could see Konya could come from the wing. I was telling a friend, I said, that is the type of goal that we bought Konya for. You could, if you go and if you watch his previous matches with Wolves, it's, he's always scoring that kind of goals. That's why in the previous matches under Amorim, he's doing those things, but we are all calling him selfish
mm.
because the gap was not there, the advantage was not there. So now the guys are playing and knowing their strengths. Good thing for Amorim, I will tell you, I'll still give him his props. Um, Ahmad is a better defender right now on the flank, supporting Dalo. So what Carrick is doing right now, and not just Carrick, and that assistant I told you about, Steve. Steve is the base. Carrick is an attacking coach. If you check his record with Borough, they score a lot of goals and they conceded a lot of goals when he was there. However, with Steve, Steve has worked with Chelsea. They won the Champions League. He has worked with England. He has worked with top coaches. I think even with Mourinho or something. So the base, the defending when we are not with the ball has improved, and you can see that when we played Arsenal, when we played Man City, we don't mind you having the old ball playing among yourself and everything. But when we have the ball, what are we doing with that? Cunha, Bruno, Dogu. You understand? We can always pass
And
that
let me
ball that
ask
way.
you what, because it was a surprise to me the first time I saw it. Mbuemo as a striker, is that something you saw coming? What's the rationale behind that? Just a few
Uh,
seconds, and then I'm gonna
no,
switch to
no, no.
someone else.
Sincerely, I see more of Korea as a false nine than Mbemo. But
Okay,
I noticed that probably maybe through the training they could see a connection between Bruno and him. Always watching. Bruno's always telling him when I'm with the ball, continue running. When I'm in the ball, continue running. So I've never seen that. I've never imagined that because I'm always thinking is Ahmad and Umbremo that will be connecting with that formation with Amore. But right
right.
now it's
It's a
something
work
that
formation.
works. So we just work with it.
Okay. So you think it's more of the connection between Bruno and Mbomo? Makes
Yeah,
sense. Makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
All right, Bjorn, I want to come to you real quick because I want some neutral thoughts on this game.
See, good analysis. I agree
You
with him
can
on one point.
Biodo won't give good analysis, man.
I will.
He's never
I was ex-
neutral.
I
He's
was
never
expecting
neutral.
check
He's not.
start though.
No, no, it's okay. Let Biodo go.
I agree with him on what Carrick is doing. He's basically playing the basics. So let's look at it, right? It's fine. You start from the basics before you start doing any fancy stuff. So that's fine. The truth of the matter is that the basics will only carry you for how long?
But so much.
For a while, right? And that's the difference between the
Yes.
top teams. Do I enjoy how Arsenal play most of the time? No. Sometimes I get high blood pressure, right? But I understand from what they say, the way they explain, like this team has to evolve and adapt to any phase of the game. So for Carrick that is playing the basics now and you're having the results, there will be tough games for you whereby your team must be ready to adapt to any phase of the game. That time is coming. See, you guys can be shouting now, but you should be ashamed of yourself. You only have 16 games to go for the season. You are one of those few teams that already have a fixed number of games. Hey,
Analysis, please.
I'm done. You have a fixed number of games for the rest of the season. So all you need to do, you already have your project plan. It's not complex. The project plan is not complex. Very simple, right? Oh, we have this every week, every. So your players can afford to go to the bar. They can rest. They can. Some boys are sleeping, playing every 3 4 days. So it's fine. That's why you are making mouth, right? But let's see. You might be lucky in February because your remaining games in February might be better. But I'm not so sure about Everton. I'm not so sure about Tottenham that you're playing this weekend. If we escape February, March is when I really want to. All this noise about Cali, it is going to be March. That's when you play teams like Bournemouth that they don't sit back and they've just reinforced that team. You're going to play Aston Villa that they're trying to maintain their top two, top three. That is the real test. I'm not saying you cannot win those games, but that's really the real test for Carrick. Has he done so well? Yes. I like the fact that he's won 3 games back to back. You see, as a matter of fact, you are the only one on that league table that has not lost a game in the last 5 games on the league, which is great for you. Absolutely great for you. But again, what is the advantage you have? You have to drop out of Carabao, lose to Grimsby. You have to drop out of FA Cup, lose to Brighton. You do not need to attend or even try to register in Europe for you to have a season like this. Is that bad?
Hey, why, please.
Thank you, Bjorn.
Check
Did I?
start.
Crisp
No,
analysis
Shakespeare.
as
No, Shakespeare.
always.
Be honest. Did I speak? Was I clear?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, you are good. You are good. You are good.
Ruben, I want to hear some thoughts on you on why you think you can win this game, and then we're gonna switch and talk about the Liverpool City game.
Okay.
You're going up to Old Trafford. What gives you some confidence going into this game?
That we play better at home. We play better away than at home. We have like 6, 7 losses at home and 6 wins away. So it tells you that for some reason we play better away from our home fans and our visiting fans. And just Solanke being back, aside from like having 9 injuries on our side, I feel like right now Solanke and Simmons needs to play better, but he complements Solanke in a sense. Uh, Takes some of the attention away, which and then having what's it called, Gallagher being
Carragher.
now part of the team has been helping a lot. Has been helping a lot. So I feel like confidence wise with those crosses, Romero's been pretty good at stop like in the when the like in corners or free kicks. So I have confidence in that. That's enough to get us through and get a win.
Okay.
Maybe we might slide in with like a 1-0 win, but I feel like it could be will help Arsenal, I guess.
No, no, no. I don't need the point.
Really?
I don't need the point. You guys can
No,
do
no,
whatever.
no, I get you. No, but
I
yes,
just want them to win. That's
that's
it.
my reasoning behind. That's my reasoning behind it, right? That's why I feel like that. I said it last time. Thomas Frank not having all his players. I feel like right now the players are playing for him to keep, so he can keep his job and prove himself with a healthier squad to see what he can do. Because I don't think it's fair that we've given other coaches that are in a less level than him chances after chances after chances and losing seasons, and we're just gonna give him one.
Mm.
So I feel like the team's behind him, and I feel like that chemistry of all these new players that have just recently been traded towards, have been building that chemistry right at the right peak of the,
Okay.
even though we're out of the Premier, but the champions we're in there. So
That's right.
Interesting. Okay. I've actually really liked what I saw from Simmons. I haven't seen a lot of him this season, but I watched that game quite a bit. And what impressed me about Simmons was his work ethic. He didn't play that great, like as a fantastic footballer, but he never stopped
yeah.
running and trying. So hopefully he keeps up that energy against United, and we'll see what happens. All right, we'll come back to it to get predictions.
We'll come back to
But I want
okay.
to the Liverpool. Sorry, Bedouin, what you
No,
say,
no, no.
sorry?
I was checking when we're gonna do predictions.
Oh yeah, we'll come back to predictions. But I want to go to the Liverpool City game. So as we mentioned, City go up to Anfield. Everything goes out the window when you go to Anfield. Liverpool don't care how they're playing, but when they're home, they all of a sudden turn to champions. Which they currently are the champions of the league, but they turn to champions of the world. When they're playing at Anfield. It's interesting to know that in the last five meetings, Liverpool have only lost to City once, and that was that 3-0 loss at Manchester earlier in the season. I'm sure the Liverpool boys are upset. Van Dijk was pissed after that game because he scored a perfectly seemingly good header that was disallowed and even overturned by VAR. So, Shexter, give me some of that. Are you feeling that anger? How are you feeling with Manchester coming to town? I'm hoping personally that you're feeling angry. So,
I mean, I'm not angry. I'm not sure why you're feeling angry, but this is it though. We did not forget what happened that last game. Yeah, rightfully so. They won 3-0 with the goal disallowed, like you said, because if that goal had been counted, it probably would have given us some momentum. But I mean, eventually the game went the way it went. Definitely, the guys are waiting. They've been waiting for this game. I can tell you outright that the guys are waiting for this game, and I hope Ansel doesn't go and make some crazy adjustments. That's the only thing I'm just hoping. He's gotten it right the past two games, so I'm hoping that he will get it right again this time around against City. The only thing that I don't agree with is what you said about Anfield. Anfield ain't no fortress anymore. Anybody comes and they take points from us. But I hope that the boys remember who they are and then bring back you know, the old days where, when you come to Anfield, forget it. It's a loss coming up. So I hope the guys will step up on Sunday.
okay. I mean, the interesting thing is Liverpool and Man City. You guys have dominated the league the last 6 or so years, right? It's Liverpool City, Liverpool City. City won most of them, but you guys were always there with them, right? This time, Arsenal is, trying to lead the pack and trying to stay up there. City are 6 points behind. Liverpool are not really in the race at the moment. So things are changing a little bit this season. Odogu,
Yes,
you dropped points against Spurs last weekend. You head up to Anfield this weekend.
yes.
I'm glad it's getting hard for you. Tell me how you're feeling.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if winning the league twice out of the last six consists of dominating, which is only 33%. But that aside, I'm glad you said Anfield is no longer a fortress per se, because I don't think we're looking at that mindset coming into that game, especially with what happened over there at Spurs. Pep Guardiola still getting a few things together, having started that game very well, but on the defensive side, conceding goals which should have been taken care of. I think he has a number of things to play around. I want to see how the center midfield will work. Hopefully, we can start Nico Gonzalez, who has been my personal favorite, instead of Rodri, who has been losing some balls over there in the midfield battle and not having things in control. So I think I would want to see a Manchester City team that is much more rejuvenated. And even with Liverpool's recent improvement and trying to get back into the top four ways, I see this as a game that is going to be interesting, but I think Pep Guardiola has a lot to play for. The players have a lot to play for. Erling Haaland hasn't scored since Galatasaray, so we'll be hoping he comes back in good form, especially with the other midfield players, Tijani Reinders, Ryan Cherky. I think this is going to be a tough one for Liverpool. I'm definitely behind City on a solid, and unless Pep Guardiola gets it wrong again with the defense, but they're not looking to lose this game, whether it's at Anfield or wherever you call it.
Tough
I want
talk.
to ask about something you mentioned there. You mentioned Rodri not being your favorite because, I mean, just last year, Roger was, the best player in the world, and then that ACL injury happened, and he hasn't quite looked like his best. We're seeing him get run past the midfield, which was a thing that just never happened when Roger was on the pitch. A lot of people said Rodri being missing was, the cause of City's problems. What is going on with Rodri? Is it a thing where he's not fully fit, or have we seen the best of Rodri? Is the best of Rodri past?
Oh no, we haven't seen the best of Rodri. A few things happened. Now it's also affected his confidence. Now, if you remember last the beginning of the season, essentially, he also picked up another knock, and at first he wasn't expected to be back after the international break. Somehow they, lo and behold, they did some miracle, put a shot in his leg, and he was back playing, and which he also injured further. So it's now gotten into his confidence. You can tell he's not 100%. He's normal full CDM game. And it's also affected his confidence a bit, just being able to cover range. I think if you give him some time, he'll be back in shape. But Nico has definitely had more playing time and seems a little bit more stable compared to Rodri. It was very, very obvious, in the Spurs game, like you said, not just having that control over the midfield and even being run past.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully we see that best next season. That's my hope. DG, I want to get your neutral view on this game. What are you expecting? Your analysis is usually on points. Give us some analysis, kind of like Bjorn did for you. Let's hear it.
So sincerely, when Odogo and Chester were talking, I'm like, I just feel Pep might go small. It might try the Carrick or the was it Amorim? Yeah, Amorim approach to Liverpool by going for a small striker like he did in the cup. Then Aland will probably just come in
Mm,
later because one thing I think is looking at is the mobility of the forwards. When you are having Doku and Semeyo, Mamouche, Sheki. So these guys are guys that are constantly moving. But Alan is still a striker that you can never write off. He's having a bad day or something. But I just feel Pep will want to go small. In
yeah.
both defense, Liverpool, the confidence is coming back. They are winning games right now, and to be sincere with you, they are locking up their defense better now compared to some games. Man City, I don't know what really happened to them. Sincerely, I don't know where and the way Pep is moving lately, I can tell you that Pep is probably tired of football. It's like
Yeah.
if you notice, he's getting into
Yeah.
politics more now. He's saying a lot of things that, so he's like he's so tired, like Klopp, but he doesn't want to leave yet. He just want to leave at the end of season.
Hmm.
So, and this is something that can translate to the players. If the manager is not as before, then you constantly see that. You remember you said something in the last episode of your of the podcast, that I think on the chat you said Ateta will be angry, and he showed in the guys when you played against Leeds. So there's something that the man this is something that a manager can translate to the players. Pep is not encouraged at the moment. I don't know what is going on. It might be personal to him, it might be anything. But in this game, I will give it a draw. In fact, a 2-2 draw. However, I will still give City just 2% edge over Liverpool. Just 2%. Yeah, because
Where's that edge coming from?
No,
Semenyo.
that one.
Yeah. I will tell you now because they have good attackers that can. You see, someone pointed out something regarding Arsenal. To beat Arsenal this season, you must have people that can do something extraordinary. That's why, for what Biodun said earlier, saying Carrick was playing in simple formation that he will not take. That simple formation actually worked against big teams, and you have players that can do something extraordinary regarding each moment. Imagine that Dogu goal doesn't happen. There's nothing we can talk about it, but we can't imagine that because it happened. You understand? And Kuya was able to do that also by winning the game. And this last weekend, Sesko was able to just do it also again, even without looking at the post. He just knew where he was and he turned and he scored. So I would say the edge is coming from the fact that Man City have someone like Semeyo that scores worldies, that can score from anywhere. And take it or leave it. I saw the stats. The Sheki is having like probably 6 goal contributions in the last few games. Yeah, Liverpool is on fire right now with their striking force, but Isak is not there. If Salah is still trying to get the form, he's managing, not like the same Salah that we know that decide games. When you said then Man City and Liverpool were the one controlling the league, there is Salah and this guy. So I would say for me, it's a balanced game, but Man City have that 2% edge.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Mm.
Okay.
Chester, why are you
So
laughing? You don't agree?
Not at all. I would have thought Liverpool have the edge because we're playing at home. Um, I mean, coming from our the two games we've played. I mean, Newcastle, we beat Newcastle. Uh, so I really give, and you can see where playing phenomenally.
Yeah.
What's his name? Ekitike is great. Uh, what's his name? Konate, after coming back from his dad's burial, he's doing. I mean, he pretty much played his best game of the season. So I know, yes, the defense is not been the greatest, but again, remember we we're coming from that game that we lost to them as 3-0. So the way the guys are gonna come out this time around is totally gonna be way different. And so I still give us the edge. Yeah, a 2-2 draw, not the best for us, but I give us that 2% you're talking about. I think I'll put it Liverpool's way, not
And
City's
do
way.
you know
check
why?
that out.
Do you know why? It's because you have Kekes.
What about Kekes?
Kekes is for me. I'll still continue to say it. Yeah, he did so well in the last game. I like the fact that he's picking up, and that pass that he gave to Ekitike. But I'm still saying that Kekes is still your weak link in your team.
I mean, but he's tried the last few games also, and with Kanete and Van Dijk knowing how to shoot for him, I think we'll be okay. As a matter of
Okay,
fact, I'd
that's fine.
rather I- I'd rather they start Haaland than not start him at all.
Do you see that? Okay.
All right, let's turn our attention to looking at the other games and giving predictions, and then I want to hear predictions of these two games. We're starting off on Friday. I'm gonna give this one to you at the top. We got Leeds up against Forest.
Leeds Forest. Um, I think Forest got some players during this what's it called? This
Transfer
transfer
window.
period,
Yep.
which might give them a boost. But the way Leeds have been playing, I mean, Leeds they are just phenomenal. Um, yes, they lost to Arsenal, which was so. I didn't expect them to lose so badly against Arsenal. But also, I don't remember them having two losses back to back. So
I think that was
I
their
give
first
this game
loss
to
in 6 games or
what's
so.
that?
I said I think that was their first loss in 6 games.
Yeah. So and it was at home too.
Yeah.
So I give this game to Leeds. I'll say like a 3-1 to Leeds.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna take predictions from everyone for Man U Tottenham as well. What was your thought on this game? Man U Spurs, Shexter.
Man U's been playing. I mean, their form is mad. So, and they're playing at home. I think that momentum is going to carry them into this Tottenham game. I give them a win. I mean, yeah, a win.
Okay. I think I'm leaning towards a win too. I think as Biodo said, I think they will get figured out at some point. It's just what tends to happen in this league.
It's too
Uh,
early.
until you evolve to a place where your team, like Biodo says, can handle different types of
Scenarios.
approaches during the same game, you will eventually get found out. So I would give Man U a 4 to win in this game. Odogu, what are your thoughts on this game? What's your prediction?
Oh yeah, the honeymoon phase is definitely helping. They're still on the right path. Their shock is yet to come, so I think they got this win as well.
Okay. I know DJ won't disagree. Pero, do you disagree?
They they look better, but if Spurs really want to play, they can play.
Yeah.
If they play with anger, they get results. I'm
Why
giving
would they
this.
play with Aga?
Okay, see, look at their squad, right? They have players. They have like a starting team injured. That's what they are suffering from, right? The second half against City was pure anger. Was pure anger and players trying to support their manager.
Yeah.
They took over that midfield not because they had more skills than City players, but they just had that hunger. And sometimes that's what we tell people about football. It's how much you want it. It's the spirit. Man United coming to the Emirates and win. It was the spirit. The Arsenal boys didn't play. They were, I don't know whether the pressure at the stadium was too much. Man United just believed. And Tottenham came out. Nobody expected that turnaround, right? We saw how the first half went. People were talking about Rodri. I don't think it's just Rodri. It's just the spirit and the anger to say we're going to back this manager. Gallagher, people can say yes because that's the usual Gallagher. That's what you get from Gallagher. He will run. That second goal, he basically won the ball against two players and drove it.
Yep.
Like that's the kind of spirit. If they can take that spirit to Old Trafford, they will get a result.
Yeah.
See, they have been good away. You know why they have been good away? Because their fans have been terrible. They don't support them. No, it might sound like a joke. When you have that kind of fans that are not happy, they want the manager sacked. When you play at home, it's too much pressure. So when they go out, they are able to manage that and they just play their game. Man United has an edge, but I won't be surprised. Let me just say this: Man United is not winning that game.
Wow. Okay. It's interesting. All four of us have said, why you win. Biodo disagrees. Ruben, I don't think you disagree.
No,
That
no,
what?
no. Ruben didn't say that. What did Ruben say? Did he predict
Yeah,
it?
that's what I'm saying. I don't think he disagrees with you, so I want to hear his thoughts.
Oh no, I agree with him.
No,
I feel like what you were just saying. It's like I don't know what it is. It's like there's fans that like unlike myself, that one Frank out, and it's insane. Like how you give like Pochettino like 8 9 years, and he failed like half of those, and you gonna give him just 1 year, but and it's like that pressure when they're away. It's like it's gone. Like the players can play their game. They like those fans. Normally, the fans that travel are the ones that are mostly supporting not just the team but also the manager. And so you don't get that. You don't feel that pressure. You play more at ease. Like you're having more fun. You're playing with more with basically like you said with the Manchester City. Like we play with more heart. Like
Mm.
we're playing for the to one protect one of our own, but two to protect. Even though we're not like gonna get we're not in the bottom three, but we're playing kind of like that. Like if we just want to get away from the bottom to help him stick around, and if we have a good run in the champions, he even gets he get more momentum. And I feel like like he said, like we can like this could go either way. But of course, I'm rooting for Spurs to pull the win. But like I said, I don't think you'd be surprised if we pull the win. Nobody will be shocked if we pull a win.
Yeah.
Man United will be
I
forced to
hope.
because Tottenham will not
To
sit back. And you know that, DG, right? The game
that
against
was
see the two games you won against City and Arsenal. I'll tell you why. You were very, very disciplined and you stood back when you needed to stay back. You took the chances when you came out. Against Tottenham, they will not sit back. They will attack, you will attack. So it's going to be who take the chances. It's going to be an open game.
Yeah. Let's see if
okay.
Spurs play hard because that first half against City was terrible,
It was horrendous. Yeah,
and
it
it was
was
a
bad.
different team that came out in the second half. So let's see if which of the Spurs teams comes out when they face
Yeah.
United. All right. Next game is Arsenal Sunderland. Togo.
Hmm. This one's interesting, but yeah, I just don't see. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I would hope for Sunderland to somehow hook us now, and I'm hoping for a draw here, like a 1-1 draw. But that's all I'm gonna say. Let's see, because we need to catch up with Arsenal. So I'm hoping for a 1-1 draw.
So
Mm.
is that what your head is telling you as well? Or that's your
That's
objective?
what my head is telling me, and I think I'm going to have good luck this weekend, man. I'm calling
Okay.
it, and it's happening.
I'll take it from
Oh,
now.
God.
DG, Bournemouth against Villa. That's going to be another really good game.
Oh, that's a lovely game, though. Ah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Bournemouth, sincerely.
Oh
As
wow.
much as Villa is really good. Bournemouth got some new guys. I'm telling you guys, you need to watch them. That's
Bournemouth
that's
is
They
good.
that's
invested, they invested some money.
that Scott guy. That Scott guy, the Ryan guy that I told you about, the Brazilian guy. And they have good guys that
Okay.
when people play the basic football in an interesting way, like they don't force it. They just do the right thing. They just run. I will throw it. I will pass the ball to you.
They've
They
been
are
doing
playing
that. They've
to,
been doing that for
yeah,
season.
good. That's why the crashing of Crystal Palace is so painful to me, because
Mm.
I do rate Bournemouth and Crystal Palace as teams that are going par to par on using what they have to get the results that they have, and they are growing in it. They have good players, but at some point, I don't know, something is really going on with Crystal Palace at the back end that people are not paying attention to. Firstly, it was the coach. Then now the players are trying to leave and everything. But going back to the game, I will give it to Bournemouth. Bournemouth has been, at some point, they were playing high scoring games and ending it in a draw. But right now, I think they found a way of actually winning those games and reducing the number of goals that they concede. So I will give it to Bournemouth this one.
Okay.
So on the
Yeah, the
on
game is
the on
going
the
to be
group chat,
interesting
you
because
always
it's
support the Villa, right? So that they can, right? You always
No,
support
no,
and
no, 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 no,
saying
no,
that
no,
they
no, no,
can
no.
win.
It's not
No,
even
no, no,
that.
no.
See, it's not even that.
I
See,
understand.
see,
Yeah.
see. I love the LT competition of the Premier League this season. Aston Villa is really doing well, but I think at some point they are getting tired. At some point
It is
they need to
squad
start
depth,
finding
man.
other ways to win.
That's what it is. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
squad depth.
yeah,
That's what it
yeah.
is.
But
Yeah.
Bournemouth, Bournemouth is at home. Those guys are home. If you notice, if they're playing that match against Arsenal this weekend, they'll put that match at the last game of that Saturday or Sunday because those guys will always come out. They will always play you.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Next up, Burnley, West Ham. Ruben.
Burnley, West Ham, West Ham. I just Burnley. I don't see them. Like I said, I think I picked last week them as Burnley game against Burnley, and I said the same things. Like man, they're just on their way out. So I got West Ham winning
Okay.
2-0.
Yeah,
2-0.
that's influences 19. Burnley was so
Mhm.
terrible last weekend. Like for me right now, I think Burnley is the worst team in the league.
Yeah,
But
they're right
we'll
there.
see. We'll see if they find something this weekend against them. Biodo, Fulham, Everton.
Everton is going to
It
win.
was. I don't use Everton.
You want me to tell you why? I
Yeah, tell
see.
me why. Tell me why. Tell me why.
You talked about Bournemouth, right? And I think I've said this
Okay.
before, so I'm going to repeat it. There are two B teams. Their name starts with B, right? I don't like playing against them. That's Bournemouth and Brighton. Why? They come out. They don't sit. They the way they build those teams, those managers, number one starting with Andoni Raola, because you try to compare them with Crystal Palace. I don't think I agree with that. There's a difference between Bournemouth and Crystal Palace, and I'll tell you why. Crystal Palace, they are thinking ahead of themselves. They think they are bigger than what they are, right? After they won that FA Cup. Instead of them
Okay.
to stick to their model of developing players, capturing players that big teams rejected in the past and giving them the opportunity to go. That's how they capture folks like Gay and all this are easy, right? They got rejected by the big teams and they brought them, give them a chance. Bournemouth does that too, right? But the other thing Bournemouth will do is they'll go and get all these cheap players, all this talent, right? And they believe in that model. If they can make Europe, fine. They cannot make Europe be good. Crystal Palace is thinking that we should be in Europe and we should be playing in Europe and we should be competing. That's where the problem is. So they are not focusing on those younger talents, whereas they're looking for more mature players. Brighton and Bournemouth have stuck to that idea, right? If they make Europe with that approach, they make Europe. But they know how to get all these young talents that are willing to just play and run and fight. Everton stopped Brighton last week, right? If you see what David Moyes is doing, he's one of those managers that, Ateta basically took from Sean Dyche, took from Pep. That's what Ateta has basically done. He has taken all the tactics from everybody. And that's why it's even difficult for Ateta himself to win against all these low block teams because he's doing it. So they do it to him. Ateta is not trying to play any fancy football anymore. He's trying to win the games. And Moyes knows how to do that very well. They have their main guy back. I said it. The moment Dries Brihon gets back, it's good for them. India
Who
is
is that?
back. Dries
The moment
Brihon.
who comes back?
Dries Brihon.
Yeah.
Or just-
Guys
oh,
from
Drizzy. Yeah.
got injured.
Yeah.
That's why they've had bad result because he got injured. Dries Hall is back. That's the heart of their midfield. Lian Ndiaye, it's kind of their skill guy. It's like their Semeyo, right? He's back. The only guy that they are missing is Grealish, and they can deal with that. So those guys will put their life. They don't have great defenders that are very good, but they are strong. So if Everton can stop you, then they will take their chances, right? That's why I'm saying Man United will play tougher games in March because you will now go and play Everton. Everton beat you in Old Trafford. You're going to go to the house. If they can't play, they will block. That's what they will do. Fulham is not that. Honestly, if Fulham were better, they probably should have won that game. Like, it's so stupid. 2-2, consider game, right? So I don't see Fulham surviving this one.
No. Okay. If you are sticking to that point, did you think of the fact that we actually won that game also against Fulham because we are at home? Fulham was really good in that game. I will be sincere with you. Fulham is actually the first thing that actually made me to see the flaws that could happen in Ateta's in Carrick's formation in the way we play. The press that we do that we did against Arsenal, against Man City, that got us the result. We tried it against Fulham, but Fulham is always beating the press. They were beating. I'm telling you, Fulham is really, really good. I saw their game against us, I'm like, this team is good. The difference between them and us is that we have someone like Bruno. Okay, we are at home, and what we are doing right now is that when we see the chance, these guys are actually taking those chances. So give it to them. And see, Fulham,
You know how the
they've been,
Moyes have been winning
they've
game?
been, no. See, I love the Moyes. You know, I said something from the beginning. I love a coach that go back to the basic, that get things. When Moyes go back to Everton, the first thing he did was to always set a defensive block. We have been conceding, we have been losing. Okay, let us even stop this losing. Then later on, you start seeing people like Ndiaye now taking on the ball, now being adventurous. Now see them driving more ball. And Dewsbury that you said, now started becoming a free. Anytime I see that guy, I'm always thinking of Madison. Is now connecting the dots for them. But I will still tell you, don't write off Fulham. Fulham is
I'm
doing
not
well.
writing
I
them
will
off. I'm
sing.
talking about a single game.
I will sing.
And
Yeah,
I'm saying that
yeah.
because Moyes, if you watch, right, Moyes beat. I'm just going to give you this game so that you think about what I'm saying.
Okay,
Everton
okay.
went to Villa. Everton went to Villa. Single goal. They got it. Right? Everton last week, again, went to Brighton. Last minute, they kept pressing. They got that equalizer. Everton went to Man United. They got it. You know how he plays? He has two strikers. He starts one, just like Emery does, right? You start with one to weigh you down. Second half, you brings the other. If Barry doesn't start, Beto starts, then Barry comes in. That's my analysis.
Yeah, it's still the same thing that we are. See, you are looking from Everton's side, and I will not dispute what they have done. They are doing so well. In fact, I'm shocked myself. But Fulham, what Fulham has been playing, you see, Fulham is a team right now that I will categorize in this form that they are in as the Brighton of.
Oh, we lost them.
By the way,
Well,
yeah, we can move on. But just so
but
you know, we both have 34 points.
yeah,
Yes,
It's not
yes,
at the same goal
yes,
difference.
yeah, yeah. But Fulham we still have the edge because they are at home. I'm telling you, Fulham we have the
This
edge.
particular result,
Everton
we'll see.
it looks
in
like
all
it looks
things,
like
I'll
this
just go for
this is
draw.
one that will be settled on the pitch. We'll see what comes out of this one.
Yeah,
At this
yeah.
point in the season, they are apparently very level. Shexter,
So
Yes,
Wolves,
sir.
Chelsea.
he's so adamant because he's using Man United as a yardstick now. That's his problem. So
Don't worry,
anything
don't
that
worry.
gives Man United the problem, he thinks that they are good, they are great,
We'll
they
come
should be
back to
up there.
Man U later.
That's
Wolves,
that's
Chelsea,
better than
Shexter.
Stocky.
Oh, this one is this one is definitely Chelsea's game to win.
But will they
There's
win?
no, yeah, they will.
Watch out,
After
though.
after that loss from yesterday,
Arsenal.
yeah, I think they'll be back.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
sure.
And
yeah,
it's Wolves. Wolves don't know how to score. Anyways, they play the whole game and don't score.
This game will be
So
interesting.
yeah.
It will be interesting.
yeah.
I think Chelsea will win, but honestly, I don't want to play Wolves right now. I don't want to play Wolves.
You
Anyways,
don't know what Wolves can do.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I just like the fact that the new Chelsea coach is really using the squad to the maximum. I love the fact that he's picking up guys, he's using them,
If you have
he's driving
seven
for it,
players,
yeah, and
if
it's
you
really
have
a good one.
seven players, you can do all.
But he still lost. He still lost to Arsenal. So what
Yeah,
was he doing? He
exactly. Who
overthought
Well,
that
are
game.
67 people to
He
play?
uh,
Why is that a
he
problem?
overthought that game.
it's
So
Garnacho that made them to lose it.
so
please,
something I'm
The
seeing
same
so far
character
from
that scored two
Rosinho.
goals in the first leg.
Rosinho,
Come on, guys.
I mean, that game against Arsenal, that was for me, that was very impressive because I think I had a lower impression of Rosinho, or I didn't. I mean, I didn't really know much of him, right? Because he's relatively
No,
new in the coaching
it's
world.
rubbish. It's rubbish because did you guys
Let
listen
him
to what
finish
Eddie
now.
Howe? Did you guys listen to
Let
what Eddie
him.
Howe said today? He said, "I would rather go out and play the nice game." Rosino did the opposite, but keep going.
Yeah, of
Hold
course,
on.
because I
Let him
mean,
finish.
Eddie Howe did what he did today, and then he got battered 3-1. So I
Yeah.
mean, Rosinho said that himself in his press conference because people were like, "Oh, why did you?" I think a journalist asked him, "Why did you change the formation?" And he's like, "Look, you can either choose to go all out for it, and
And concede two goals.
you can be up by 2-0 and you look like a genius. But at the same way, if you go that way, you
Yeah.
could quickly be down 2-0, and then it's like, oh, why did he do that against Arsenal?" So I like the approach that he took because honestly, like for me, setting up that way against Arsenal, that was very tactical. Arsenal found it very, very hard, not just to not only to break them down, but even to get out of our half, which is not something we normally struggle with. We normally struggle with breaking down teams, but as far as playing out or finding long balls through the back, we normally don't have issues with that. So that was impressive. What I don't know is will it be enough for him to win things? I think he will do well, but well is relative because, as we know, Chelsea they only care when they win trophies. They don't care how they're doing. They might
I
lose
don't know.
8 games, they fire a coach, and then they'll win FA Cup. And tell us
They don't even
Or
care.
win,
They don't even care about
or they
sweet
win
football.
champions of the world, and then
they win a world
yeah, but
championship, they win Carabao Cup, and they remind
Listen,
us all they do is win. So the question is, will Rosinho deliver their expectations? We'll see. Odogo, Newcastle, Brentford.
This one, I think I'm gonna go for a draw. This one.
Okay, yeah,
Is there
take
a reason
that.
why? Or is there a reason for that?
Okay, let's go with this guy.
I think it could just swing either way. I think they're both around the same area on the table, and they both won this one. So I think I was just gonna go for an interesting 2-2 draw.
Okay.
Newcastle has injury crisis, so
Yeah, I think Bruno G is injured.
he is. I mean, you can sit to this one out. You just need to be available for the Man United game. So,
They still have their Watemade, right?
Then
Our
Brighton, Crystal Palace. One of the biggest.
take this man guy off my face. I mean, it's always an interesting one because they always find about who is the real Bruno. You guys know that story, right? Who is the real Bruno, right?
Oh,
The two of them fighting. You know what I'm saying, right? So anyway, Brighton, Crystal Palace. I think I already made the analysis on this one. So I'm going to give it to Brighton. I don't expect their new striker, Strand Larsen, to kick it off right away. Plus, I think they paid for potential. The guy scored 14 goals last season. This season he has scored 1 goal, and you paid 50 million. What's going on? Like,
But I think he's been injured this season too, right? He's had problems with injuries this
yeah,
season.
but
He's
we know
only
how this
just come back.
business. We know how the business is, right? If you are injured, right, they take advantage and the money drops. The money didn't drop. That's 50 million, bro. Like for somebody that has scored only 1 goal this season. Now, what I don't know is if Mateta will want to get his surgery done right now, or is he going to play for the rest of? Because he wants to make World Cup. So I don't know where they are. If he's playing and they are playing like a 4-4-2 or 3-5-2, where they have Mateta and Straddle Lassen, that might make sense. But before Oliver Glasner is able to put that team back into a winning team, it might take a while. I think losing all their key players in one season, kind of like 1.5 season,
yeah.
I think is really, really affecting them. I'm glad they didn't lose those players before Liverpool because they helped me by defeating Liverpool. That was their first loss. That's good. So now they're in crisis. Brighton has not won game in the last 2 or 3, right? They need 3 points. The last one that they thought they had 3 points, Everton came last minute, they drew. Brighton is going to go all out for this one. And I think Brighton wins this one.
Okay. All right. And our featured game of the weekend, Liverpool, Man City. I'll take predictions from everyone. Odogu.
you know what it is now. We're winning this one. City to win 3-1.
You said that last week too. You said that last week too.
That was a smart one.
Theodore, what's your prediction?
Eh?
Man. So
Give
I'll be
an
honest.
analysis.
Jokes
Your
are
half.
I'll be honest, right? I honestly think City will play very well in this game. And what people are not saying, which I think they see, but they are not saying is that this game can actually change the dynamics of the league winner. City winning this game changes the topic again, and we are back to this 2.3 point. Because City going out there and winning this game is a big statement, especially if Arsenal doesn't win their game. So we are back to this argument of, oh, is this City, is it Arsenal? So I'm just going to put that one out there. There's a high chance that they can win. But I am trusting Liverpool, and I'm looking at that first leg to say, at least show some balls. Jones, coconuts, whatever you call it, right? Because it doesn't make sense. Arsenal Liverpool a few weeks ago, the noise was a lot. Liverpool came and played and they stopped us. I have not seen them making mouths trying to show Van Dijk saying this is the best game. No. So to me, that's this Arsenal hatred that I see with all these teams. When it's Arsenal, they put up a fight. I hope that they put up the same fight that they put up against Arsenal, against City. If they do that, they can win this game easily. City is not in a good place. They are good midfield attack.
Okay.
That defense is there to be exploited. So I want them to exploit that defense and take this game. So I'm begging Chester and his people, whatever, please, I'm on.
Okay,
Please,
Bedu,
win this game.
just a
No,
quick
I
question
know
for
there's
you.
a chance that City can win this game. I know. I'm not going to
Hold
lie.
on. No. I'm not even going there. I just have a question for you. Do you think in a scenario where Arsenal play a draw or lose against Sunderland, does that motivate Man City against
A
Liverpool?
lot if
For
they
them?
win. Yeah, because we're playing first. It's a
Yep.
big motivation. And they can do it because they've done it before. You beat them 3-0. See, the good thing is that Doku is out. When they play with Doku and Semenyo, I've said when they bought Semenyo, to me, I don't want to see that. But it's not playing, so that's good. So you have Foden that is not in form, which Shakespeare hates a lot. He doesn't like to see that boy.
Check
But
is
he's
gonna
doing
be
that.
out.
I
Gonna be
I
check
hate that dude.
Shakespeare, we have
I
locked him
hate
down.
that dude with passion.
Shakespeare, we have locked him down. Somebody said something, and I think that's Odogu. Honestly, if Guardiola benches Alan and plays Mahmoud, I honestly think he has a way better chance. Honestly,
I
but I
said
don't
it.
think he will do it. Okay, you said
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
said it.
You so.
But I
Yeah.
don't think he will do it. So I am
Chester
praying
said
that he doesn't
he's
do
not
it
praying for that.
because we've seen it. Mamouche is fighting and he's getting goals. Let him play alert. Let him draw the attention. By the time he's locked down, they can't do anything. We saw that. So no matter what happens, I don't care. Liverpool win 3-1.
Okay.
Liverpool, you need to get back. How can Man United be in front and number 6? It doesn't make any sense.
Ruben,
Football
what do you
doesn't
think?
make sense
Liverpool
sometimes.
at sixth at the moment. So
Ruben, what do you
I think
think?
Fiona is right. I think this could be a game where City maybe lose the league, but I don't think it's the weekend that determines who wins the league.
He wins the league.
Uh,
This weekend is crucial. They losing again, Arsenal getting a result. It just like you can see Pep coming up and say, okay, that's it. No, Pep is
yeah.
not shy of saying it. He will just tell you that
Paul
we're done.
Merson said last weekend that last weekend was the
Don't listen to
weekend.
that guy. He jinxes
Yeah,
us.
I think
Don't
it's
listen to
too
him.
early to make
He
those
says that
calls
all the
right
time.
now. Yeah. Ruben, what's your prediction for this game? Liverpool City.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one because both teams, if you look at the last 5 games, they both won 3, drawn 1, and lost 1.
Mhm.
So it could be like, but I got them. I got them tied at 2-2, and right at the end, I think City wins it 3-2.
Mm.
City
No,
wins it
no, no,
3-2.
no, no, no,
There
no,
we
no.
go.
I
GG.
think
Chester,
also I want to
Chester,
add that I know I said it last week. I was
52%.
like, oh, we gotta take care of Haaland, and one of you guys mentions, oh, but he hasn't scored. I think it's the weekend that he gets back on track.
Okay, I'll take you as last week. That's how you predicted. It didn't come true, so it's not going to be that.
Hey, notice I didn't say
GG.
nothing Arsenal related. So
Everything you say is anti-Arsenal,
Eh?
as expected.
What did you say? I'm with you, bro.
GG, what's your
on
prediction?
the
so
City
my
on the
wins
game
one,
for
prediction.
me.
Oh,
No,
City
no, no.
3.
Sincerely. Okay, go ahead, Ruben.
Oh, no, sorry,
You want to
sorry.
say?
I thought you were asking like you didn't hear me say
No,
my prediction.
Ruben says City win 3-2. DJ, I'm asking for your own
3-2.
prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I would still say it's leaning through a major draw, but like I
Come
said, I will
on,
still
DJ.
give. Yeah, but draw sincerely is gonna be something that Chester mentioned something that I missed is the home advantage. Okay,
Mm.
truly, but the guys have not been showing up for the fans throughout the season. You could just see Liverpool just lose their momentum and all those things. But I know this is a big game; they will show up. But like I said, if Pep goes small, they are winning the game because
Wow.
the defense will not be able to contain the movement of Mamouche and the other guys on the flank.
Wow.
But if he plays Haaland, if it's to go Alan first, which can still work because Van Dijk can just go ahead and just do one crazy thing and just decide to just twerk at that moment in time. But I I don't know what is wrong with
Any
that guy.
state of
This
dancing
this
with
yeah
it.
yeah. The guy can just go ahead and just do something and just lose himself. So
We'll
I
be
would still
awesome.
say
We'll be awesome this season.
just 2% chance, but the game is really going
Okay, what's
towards
your prediction?
a draw, a draw
Okay,
for
I
me
can still take a draw.
because Ekitike is gonna score.
Amen.
He's gonna score. Yeah,
Amen.
he's gonna get a goal. But the defense of Liverpool is just a no for me. That's two of
Check
those
that.
guys.
Liverpool
All right.
win or is a draw?
It's a Liverpool win. I'm not sure what they're talking about. It's definitely a Liverpool win because we have to show that yes, although we're down, but when it comes to certain teams, the big six, we play well. We play well.
Yes.
Even the games that we've lost, like I mean, most of the games we lost it in the last minute against Chelsea, against Crystal Palace. I mean, we've
Against
but
United,
against United, yes, you're right. Against United,
But don't
but
forget,
this time around, I think apart from City, there's no other team that's really beaten us outright. When we played them that 3-0. So this time around,
true.
the guys are playing to let people know that you can't write Liverpool off. And it's at
Mm.
home for us. So it's gonna be a Liverpool win. Matter of fact, I was giving City a goal initially. As a matter of fact, I don't see them scoring a goal this time around.
Thank you.
That's
Ah,
how I want
Mm,
to go. I don't see them
mm,
scoring a goal this time around.
now you're
mm.
talking. Now
You'll
Okay,
you're
see,
talking.
no,
you'll see,
AY,
you'll see,
AY.
you'll see, you'll see, you'll see Allison in his best form. You see Kanete playing, from that him scoring that last game against
Anger.
what's it called? With anger, he's gonna be back. Van Dijk, yes, he's not as pacey as he used to be, but
Odogu, I've been one
positioning,
with you
No
here.
Makosa. No Makosa.
positioning is
Odemi
gone.
and Ruben
Don't
with
worry.
you.
He's gone. That defensive line that you're talking about, you forget that in the past two games they've only considered one goal. So I mean, you see, and our attack is they're doing great. Our attack, they did say Salah is not doing well,
Especially that game
but
against Newcastle. That was a
but
good
Sa-
game.
and that's one thing I forgot to say against Newcastle. Newcastle has been like the games has all been tough. That game we proved that yes, we're champions. That Newcastle is all mouth, especially them scoring first. Gave them. I think they lost their track because they scored first. But look at how Liverpool came back. Like I said, Wirtz is playing phenomenally, phenomenal. Player of the season so far in Dominic, he's still doing great. Salah will show them something. Don't worry. They said Salah hasn't
But
scored in a minute. Salah is gonna show them something.
All
but
right.
Festa, I have a question. Sorry, I
Yeah,
have a
go ahead.
question
What's
for
your
Final
you.
thoughts,
question?
CG, and then we wrap
From
up.
everything that you analyze right now, is there a weak link that you actually see from Liverpool point of view? That let's say this is my team. I can tell you, okay, for me, if you ask me, I would say my weak link is always Dalo.
Dalo.
Yeah, yeah. The guy can just lose it
Ballon
at
d'Or.
any point in time or anything.
You
Yeah.
people are just
But
targeting
so
that low for
for
no reason.
no. He just is the guy
The
just
Ballon
got
d'Or
like
player
a
is the best Man
I
United
don't want
player.
to use the word. He can just go mental at some point and be like, why are you even a footballer? So my question for you right now is that you are playing against City. And from your own point of view, from you knowing your team and all the information, what is that weak link
We
that you
don't have
think,
one. We don't have
How?
okay,
one.
I
that's
Not
love
good.
it.
not against
Okay.
City.
Interesting.
Not against City. We don't have one.
I
And like
love
Okay.
it.
someone said
Yeah.
earlier before, in 5 games we've only lost to them once. So what weak link are you talking about?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All
No
right.
problem. Hey, White,
you
back
answer
to
this
you.
question. You
We'll,
answer this
we'll
question.
revisit this next week.
Awesome.
Ah,
Awesome. Awesome.
this next week,
This was a really
it's
good.
by Sunday. The chat will have been filled up. We all know.
We'll,
Really great
Sunday we'll talk
conversation as
about.
always, guys. I'm really excited for this weekend because there's so many good games and it's gonna be amazing. Well, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you as always for coming over and
Thank you,
talking.
man. All the best.